sports. 29 college students abducted in Kaduna regain freedom.
Worsening security, Obaseki asks for total overhaul of national security architecture.
Research Summit Day 2, Igbinedo University Okada to leverage on gains to boost research and development.
Good evening, welcome to ITV Main News. I am Sharon Ajay.
And I'm Philip Omogupo. It's a pleasure to have you join us.
The students abducted from the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, AFACA, in Kaduna State have regained freedom. Mr. Abdullahi Usman, who is the chairman of the Parents Committee, confirmed the release of the students by bandits to newsmen today in Kaduna. He explained that the victims were released some minutes past 4 p.m. around the Kandanda area in Giwa local government area of the state and were on their way back to the state capital. Usman, however, refused to disclose the amount paid as ransom to the bandits for the release of the students. Authorities in the state and Kaduna State Police Command have yet to confirm the latest developments.
Governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, has asked for new security arrangements in Nigeria to tackle worsening insecurity bedeviling the nation. Governor Obaseki made the observation when he received leadership of the South-South zones of the People's Democratic Party Working Committee, led by its National Vice Chairman South-South, Chief Dan Obi, in Government House, Benin. Government House correspondent Patience Osaogiwa tells us more.
The deteriorating insecurity in Nigeria has called for serious concerns. Governments at all levels are not resting on their oars as they are looking for possible solutions that will tackle the challenge. Governor Obaseki says Nigeria operates a federation, noting that it is why the security architecture prescribes exclusive control of the security agencies on the federal government. He said under the present situation, the structural imbalances will not make existing security arrangements tackle the problem. However, Governor Obaseki is calling on Nigerians not to lose faith in the country but support government to fight the scourge.
The challenge of security just shows the dysfunctionality of our federal system. Nigeria should not lose hope, because Nigerians have more money than Nigeria. It's about how to create that confidence to manage the economy of this country right, so that we can give our people hope and secure ourselves better. So let us, as Nigerians, as party men, help rescue our country.
He blamed poor management of the nation's economy by those in authority for the worsening insecurity and asked the South-South region to rise up to defend themselves.
We must stand up to defend ourselves, both economically, politically, and security-wise. When we are treated as an occupied people, you have pretenders from the region who out there in Abuja try to exploit the region. We must resist them, even if they come from us. What is going on in NDDC today is totally untenable, because you cannot use the resources meant for a people, for a region, as if it's personal to, some people.
Earlier, PDP South-South National Vice Chairman Chief Dan Obi urged the Southwest and Southeast to form a security network to check insecurity.
We want to use this opportunity to call on the federal government to stop borrowing money to fund corruption and underdevelopment. Our people are pained at the growing number of our youths who pass out from higher institutions who cannot access gainful employment.
It was a consensus that to check insecurity is the collaborative effort of all Nigerians. Patience Osaugiwa reporting.
The caucus of the People Democratic Party in the National Assembly has declared on Tuesday that it has resolved to compile alleged breaches of constitution by President Muhammadu Buhari with a view to imposing appropriate legislative sanction on him. Famosado has details.
Rising from an emergency meeting which lasted for about 2 hours at the Senate premises, the lawmakers noted that President Muhammadu Buhari had been absent from duty at a time when it was needed to take crucial actions in tackling the country's teething security challenges. The leader of the caucus and Senate Minority Leader, Naya Abaribe, alongside other members of the caucus, alleged that the President Muhammadu Buhari-led APC administration had broadened the country's security challenges. The lawmakers also alleged that their lives were a bit threatened because of the position they took on the failings of government.
We have not heard from our president despite the daily killings that are going on and that has turned Nigeria into a killing field of unimaginable proportion. And therefore, the caucus has taken note and will continue to take note of the constitutional breaches that is happening at this time by the government of the APC, and will at the appropriate time utilize all constitutional methods and measures available after consultation with our colleagues to do the needful to save the country from collapse. We also, as a caucus, want to put on notice to all Nigerians and the international community about the threats to the lives of our members, to those who come out to say things that are true about the state of Nigeria today. And these threats have come in various forms, including threat to life.
The caucus reminded the APC government about the fact that they were given free opportunity to express themselves against the past government of Goodluck Jonathan. Thomas Sado reporting.
The federal government has berated the opposition People's Democratic Party for accusing government of failing to prosecute crimes of kidnapping and banditry. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said the offenses are not federal offenses. Again, Thomas Sado has details.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, at a media briefing in Abuja in response to allegations by the opposition party that kidnappers are not being brought to book by the federal government, said it was shocking that PDP ruled the nation for 16 years, yet was not aware that such offences do not fall in the ambit of the federal government to prosecute. The minister said the federal government was conscious of the challenges facing the nation and doing everything possible to tackle them, but however said the issue of kidnapping and banditry are to be handled by state governments in line with constitutional provisions.
PDP completely forgot that as far as tourism, a federal offense is concerned, this federal government has successfully prosecuted thousands of Boko Haram members in Kenji as part of a continuing exercise. We are now seeking the cooperation of the judiciary to continue with the trial of arrested terrorists.
The leaders of the PDP at an enlarged meeting in Abuja had accused the federal government of not doing enough to prosecute the brains behind kidnapping and banditry in the country. Thomas Sado reporting.
You're watching Independent Television. Main news up ahead.
There'll be more stories after the break. Do stay tuned.
If now one thing we are not like, now stubbornness, so make you not near me or my family. Abi, you know they here. I will deal with you drastically. I will deal with you protectively. Then finish you nutritionally. Because this golden moon cereal where we they enjoy for breakfast, it contains iron and vitamin C, where they help boost our immunity day by day. Oh yeah, if you like, come try me.
Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Nestle, good food, good life.
My name is Brother Solomon, brand ambassador, the Prince Builders and Estate Developers. Currently, we have 7 selling estates. Phase 1 sold out. Phase 2, Obage Community, Sapele Road Bypass.
Phase 3,
Obayato community. Phase 4, in Masabo community along Sapele Road. Phase 5, in Obaeti community along Sapele Road. Phase 6, at Ewepe community off Airport Road. Phase 7, at Iwu community along Ubowo Express Road. When you buy 10 plots, you get one free. 5% discount to all our customers. No more community development fee. No more is a chair or is a table. Just buy and build. You get to enjoy a serene and peaceful environment featuring perimeter fencing, good access road, schools, markets, police stations. With 800,000 naira, you can get 100 by 100 in our estate. Make a rush. Go buy my own because I want to be landlord.
Public service announcement. The entire Obamiso family, with a heavy heart, announced the painful exit of our father, grandfather, brother, uncle, and husband, Chief David Obamiso, JP, the Oba Isiagbo of Ujiogba land, which sad event occurred on the 21st of February 2021 after a brief illness. And the burial arrangement is as follows. Thursday, 6th May 2021, body moves from Hope Mortuary, Isio, opposite Aso Rock Junction, at about 8 a.m. to his residence, 21 Epi Avenue, off Opalawane Street, New Benin Quarters, Benin City, where his body will be for about 2 hours before being moved to Oloma in Ujogba land for interment. Saturday, 8th of May, socials at Saidi Center, 271 MMW, off Sapele Road, behind Kada Fried, Benin City. Sunday 9th, Thanksgiving service at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, 49 Boundary Road, National Orientation Agency. Beware that all COVID-19 protocols shall be strictly observed. Signed, children and grandchildren of late Chief David Obamiso, JP, for the family.
Thank you very much for staying tuned. Deployment of multidisciplinary researchers leveraging on science and technology was a focus of the final session of the 2021 Annual Research Summit organized by Nigeria's premier private university, Benin University Okada. The summit, with the theme Impact of COVID-19 on Research and Development, featured presentations by different research hubs in the university. Kistuche has details.
In his presentation on research ethics, Director, Animal House and Laboratory Services, Ibunedo University Okada, Professor Peter Aziba said, while ethical principles such as respect for clients and their welfare is key, its violation can attract litigation. Director, Exchange and Linkages, Ibunedo University Okada, Professor Nnamdi Nwodu, who spoke on exchange and linkages in research and development, harped on the need for knowledge generated from the institution to be beneficial to the society.
It's very proper and fitting that we're having this summit to reactivate our research.
Last day of the summit featured presentations on different sub-themes of the summit by team leads of 11 out of 15 research hubs in the university. Team leader of the economics group, who is also the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Deborah Odejimi, presented the group's paper on climate change, economic development and the SDGs. Her sub-themes were on contemporary issue of migration, climate, gender and socio-economic implications, health and productivity. Other team leaders also made presentations on sociology and population health. They spoke on design and manufacturing of a pilot evaporative cooling machine for tomatoes processing and preservation. The findings are aimed at addressing post-harvest losses. The presentation by the law group centered on managing COVID-19 through air pollution control laws. Political Science Hub, International Relations and Strategic Studies, Pharmacy, Computer Science and College of Engineering also made presentations.
Disinfect your drinking water sources to prevent growth of diseases and also to help yourself.
The aspect that has to do with election, we have also published, we carried out research on that, and we have published in Humanity and Social Science Review, International Journal of Social Science in London.
Between here and the express, you are going to see all kinds of weapons. You know, when people whether with uniform or without uniform, that is not supposed to be, because the state has a monopoly of power.
We have also carried out their own activities on this plant by doing bio activities
team leaders responsible for this event. We also evaluated the safety assessment of this plant.
The Vice Chancellor, Ibunedo University Okada, Professor Lawrence Ikechukwu-Ezemonye, represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dejimi, Dean of Postgraduate Studies, Professor Tonye Okore, and Director, Exchange and Linkages, Ibunedo University Okada, Professor Nnamdi Nwodo said the institution will harness the benefits of the summit for development.
We have about 11 hubs. They did their presentations and proposals. So going forward, every team will now go to develop into full-blown research.
The university will capitalize by collaborating with the different people that came. The university will leverage on them as our external supervisors for our research.
We'll make recommendations on what should be done. Some of them will be sent out for publication, then there will be internal publication, and with the outcome of some of these researches, we will initiate linkages.
A communique on resolutions from the various presentations is expected to be published in local and international journals. Kingsley Uchebu reporting.
The Federal Executive Council has approved the sum of 6 billion naira contracts for the power sector. Minister of Power Salim Aman revealed this to State House correspondents at the end of this week's cabinet meeting, presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari. He said the contracts approved include those for the procurement of transformers and vital spare parts for the maintenance of power transmission equipment.
The first one is the award of the contract for design, manufacturing, and supply of critical spare parts for chromosomes, grapes, 330 kV, 132 kV, and 33 kV circuit breakers to Mrs. Legend Engineering Nigeria Limited in the sum of 298,339,887 naira, 0.04 kobo. And the second one is the award of the contract for the procurement of 50 sets of 400 AH battery banks, 30 to 50 volts, and 30 number of 110 volt battery chargers for the substation used by the TCM in favor of Mrs. DTS Transformers Electric Industry Limited.
And now for more reports from Abuja, let's join Catherine Ayemisi, who is standing by from Abuja studio. Hello, Catherine.
Thanks for joining us in Abuja studio. The Senate All Progressive Congress caucus has replied to the opposition People's Democratic Party over its threat to impeach President Muhammadu Buhari. The APC senators, after a closed meeting Wednesday, says the PDP is going too far, adding that such act is capable of heating up the already charged polity. National Assembly correspondent Osarona Menibizube completes the reports.
On Tuesday, members of the opposition People's Democratic Party in both chambers of the National Assembly held a closed-door emergency meeting that lasted for over 2 hours. Briefing National Assembly correspondents after the meeting, Senate Minority Leader Enyinaya Abaribe faulted the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari for failing in its responsibility to protect its citizens. The opposition party threatened to invoke its constitutional powers on the current administration over the spate of insecurity.
So we condemn this attempt at holding everybody down and trying to shut us up and make sure that nobody says anything. And we ask the government to go ahead and summon the courage to do the needful. That when people lose confidence in a member of this government, that person should either quit or be fired.
In a counter-reaction, the APC caucus in the Red Chambers on Wednesday disassociated its party from the planned impeachment threat by the opposition party. Speaking through the Senate Majority Leader Yahaya Abdullahi, The APC say the opposition party has gone too far.
Indeed, we are quite aware of the role an opposition plays in any democracy. However, the statement by the PDP caucus has gone too far. We are concerned, furthermore, that the statement issued by the minority caucus is capable of overheating an already charged polity in which men of good conscience and patriotism are expected to act as leaders and statesmen.
The ruling party also accused the PDP for failing to invest in the country's infrastructural development during its 16 years in power, which it said the current administration is currently invested in.
Mr. President, and the service chiefs are meticulously busy every day and every night in deliberations and actions with a view to addressing the security challenges across the entire country.
The party assured Nigerians that the current administration under President Muhammadu Buhari is very well aware of the country's challenges and is working day and night to address them. Osawana Me Ibizugbe, ITV News, Abuja.
The House of Representatives has described as irresponsible the failure by government agencies to appear before committees for investigative hearing. Chairman House Committee on Local Content, Representative Lego or Chiglego, said this during an investigative hearing on unfair treatment of indigenous contractors by foreign organizations. National Assembly correspondent Charity Tanko has the details.
The Managing Director, Nigeria Investment Petroleum Management Services, was one of the agencies expected to appear before the committee. The MD, however, failed to appear, instead sent a representative whom the lawmakers said was not fit to represent the MD.
There is no more important issue to be discussed than discussing issues that bother us around Nigeria. The problem we have today in this country is just that we have delayed in settling some issues that comes to the front burner immediately. We keep buying time.
What example are you from NAPIM setting when the GGM will write a letter and say because of other operational matters it cannot be before Parliament? I think that is highly irresponsible.
The ExxonMobil was there to answer questions over allegations of unfair treatment of indigenous contractors in the award of catering contracts.
I wouldn't be telling you that the company is indigenous if we have not done the checks. If we have not, the documents you are referring to, we have to go check those documents to first assure ourselves. So I wouldn't be telling you such if we have not done our own due diligence. So that's just to provide some comfort. And then on the question about whether we got the letter and what we've done, we did get the letter.
His response was not satisfactory, as pointed out by the lawmakers.
We need to make sure we align fully in terms of extracting all the necessary facts. Please, Mr.
Even if it's one contractor that questions your process, it behoves on you to provide satisfactory answers that will clarify the issues raised, saying that we have nothing to hide in this process. And then this is Parliament writing to you, stating the concerns of about 80% of our indigenous caterers, saying that if you continue this process, they will be deliberately kept out.
Concerned parties are expected to appear before the committee before the week runs out. Charity Tanko, ITV News, Abuja.
That is it from here in Abuja studio. Over now to you in Benin.
Thank you very much, Catherine. And I'm back to Benin. Business owners along Sapler Road in Benin City have started to count their losses as a result of the failed portions on the road. Basimbe reports that motorists are also grounding under severe hardship owing to the damage done to their vehicles.
Look at this vehicle. I repaired it day before yesterday, but now the leg has almost pulled off because of the bad road we have here.
Lamentation was the order of the day at Sapler Road by ROCC Junction as heavy-duty vehicles wade through the road, which is now heavily flooded. This is a supposed expressway linking Edo and Delta states, but has now been turned into artificial pond, thereby creating undue hardship for motorists. The situation forced other vehicles to queue up on one lane of the road.
This place has been like this for the past 4 or 5 years. Nothing has been done about it.
We are paying 300 from bypass to third. Before it was 150.
Whether it's the state government that will come and patch it up first before the federal government answer, or is the federal government that will come and do it, we don't know. But whosoever that want to come and do it, they should come and do it. We are tired of this road.
Some business owners are not left out of the negative effects of the bad road.
It's affecting my business negatively.
I will not be here for days. No.
Reacting, the director, Federal Road Maintenance Agency, Edo State, Engineer Olisa Ben Afam, said the road is a source of worry to them. Engineer Afam observed with dismay the reoccurrence of pond in the area due to activities of people in the area who daily blocked the side drains. He, however, assured that they will swing into action if the state government gives them the permission to get a cash point to channel the water.
The issue is who will build the cat. Who is going to get a permission for us to go ahead and dig the catchment pit? That authority has to come from the state government. And we have written to that effect twice. Nobody has been able to act because we have not gotten directives yet.
In a remark, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Infrastructure, Mr. Nabulele, said the state government is aware of the state of the road. He said that road and the right-of-way belongs to the federal government and it is their responsibility to address the problem. He assured that state government will render all necessary support to FEMA.
He said he did a letter to His Excellency requesting the state government to support them in executing their authority to remove the structure along the right-of-way. But I did advise the FEMA authority today to write a reminder to His Excellency.
Roads make a crucial contribution to economic growth and development. However, the reverse is the case when roads are bad, same way you've seen here on Benin Sapele Road. It is therefore expected that those saddled with the responsibility of providing basic infrastructure to the citizenry will live up to expectations. From Sapele Road in Benin, Best Mbiere reporting.
You're watching ITV Main News.
My reports after the short break. Just stay with us.
It's finally here. Yes, the one-stop shop for everything electronics. Benin City, let's jubilate. It's Uyi Technical Electronics Mall, 45 Adesewa Road, Benin City. A unique shopping mall for authentic, high-quality electronics of major brands like LG, Samsung, Scanfrost, Nexus, Hisense, and more. Get quality, authentic brand products like refrigerators, side-by-side fridges, deep freezers, front and top-load washing machines, gas cookers, air conditioners, OLED and other varieties of television, DVD players, home theater, standing fans, home appliances, generators of different brands and sizes. You name it, we've got it. Get the best bargain and authentic products at Uyi Technical Electronics Mall, 45 by Ihama Junction, GRA, Benin City. Uyi Technical Electronic Mall. Everything electronics. We dare to stand out.
John, you can use our toilet now.
Ew! My mommy said I should always use a toilet that is cleaned with hypo toilet cleaner. James will bite my bone bone.
John, what's the problem? Use Hypo Cleaner. Introducing the new and affordable Hypo Toilet Cleaner. Kills germs and deodorizes your toilet.
You where they sell that your market online. I know say you want your goods to be delivered on time. Yeah. You where they sell Enugu, Bini, or Jigawa. And your customer there for Castina. Or your customer there for Abuja. You know get to Wahala, we there for you. Oh yeah, from Nigeria to America, we go for you. Just get the GIG, go up and enjoy. GIG, from Kwara to Bagwalada, from Potaka to Asaba, from Lagos to Ibadan, from Enugu to Anambra.
all-new Close-Up Everfresh. Wait, what's new? It now has triple fresh formula that cleans, protects, and cools. Thanks to a combination of 1. Purifying gel, 2. Antibacterial formula, 3. Ice cool crystals that cleans deeply, fights up to 99% of bacteria, and intensely cools to keep you protected and fresh long after brushing. Close-Up Triple Fresh Formula cleans, protects, and cools.
An 80-year-old woman and her granddaughter have been arrested by officials of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for possessing cocaine and heroin in Akure, Ondo State. NDLEA's Director of Media and Advocacy, Mr. Femi Baba Femi, said that on Wednesday. He said they were apprehended with 192 kg of cocaine and other drugs in their home in Akure, Ondo State. According to Baba Femi, 2 other ladies were also arrested alongside a woman and her daughter for selling illicit drugs, including cocaine, heroin, tramadol, and methamphetamine. He noted that the arrest came after the NDLEA personnel in Ondo State raided their location.
Moving on, Governor of Edo State says some women groups have advocated the need for them to be part of the decision-making and implementation process in the state. They made a call at a stakeholders' engagement and marking Edo Great Again. To Sangu has details.
The stakeholders' engagement call at the instance of the Edo State Transmission Committee is for women to brainstorm on quality ideas that will help drive the initiative and electioneering campaign promises of the present administration. The cross-section of women extensively deliberated on ideas which include infrastructural development and other basic amenities. Governor Obaseki acknowledged the roles of women in nation building, particularly for their contribution in the last governorship election in Edo State, which ensure victory.
Our local government, our goal is to make sure that everything works. And the people who don't work, will take care of them. Because it is the money from the citizens that we will now be using to run government. And we have to give account of that money. That is what the first thing about making sure we have institutions and not godfathers.
The wife of the governor of the state, Mrs. Betsy Obaseki, said women have what it takes to run government as they are more committed, loyal, and dependable in the execution of projects. She appealed for more women inclusion in governance in the state.
New government, it must be those who know and those who have patriotic reflect when they are appointing people in government.
While making suggestions that will help move the state forward, some women asked to be involved in the collection of taxes and security matters. They also commended Governor Obaseki for his developmental strides and promised unflinching support.
It is okay to pay tax, but you are encouraged to pay tax when you see that the tax you're paying is not going into somebody's pocket.
When we have empowered women in our state, we have empowered communities and sustainable communities.
We want economic revolution. Not everybody can be in service, but I assure you that every woman here will go to the market to sell or to buy.
Chairman of the Transmission Committee and Head of Service Edo State, Barrister Anthony Okungbowa, said the commitment of the women group across the state should be supporting the ongoing reform process.
The civil and public service must be strengthened to power the initiatives of government in a manner that can attract and sustain positive public interest. There's a need to build institutions rather than individuals.
He maintained that making Edo State great again is achievable with the support and cooperation of women groups. Patience Osaugiwa reporting.
The need to harness the potentialities in Akoko-Edo local government area and form a common front among community leaders in unity was the focus of the maiden edition of Akoko Summit with the theme Evolving a New Socio-Economic Order. The event held at the Filani Hotels and Suites also witnessed the presence of sons and daughters of the local government area and a retinue of traditional rulers led by the Otaru of Igara land, His Royal Highness Oba E.A. Saiki. Wellington Akodeja tells us more.
The event, held at Felani Hotels and Suites, also witnessed the presence of sons and daughters of the local government and a retinue of traditional rulers led by the Otaru of Igara land, His Royal Highness Oba E.A. Saiki II. Also cultural troupe and Igbo cultural troops in Somorika exhibited their unique dance steps. The chairman of the occasion and CMD Anyuko Medical Center, Dr. Kingsley Ekudayo, said for the people of Akoko Edo to get things right, all hands must be on deck. He asked that tribal settlements must be discarded while the people live as one.
If there is one single message coming out of this summit, we cannot just continue to do things the same way. The must change to be concept of regenerational development. Dr.
Agbadwa Bamidele address highlighted the over 30 mineral resources in the local government area and wondered why the communities remain poor. He recommended sincerity of purpose for the people to utilize the potentialities of the local government. Lamidi, amongst others, harped on the need for the diversification of ideas and proper utilization of available mineral resources.
Poverty is poverty. It's not defined by political parties. It's not defined differently by religious. It's not defined differently. So the aim of this meeting, therefore, becomes very important.
It's coming at a point where various ethnic, cultural groups are meeting together to look at how to fight for common interests of these people.
The summit thereafter metamorphosed into a discussion segment where a communique was issued after a thorough examination of the problems and profiling of solutions by erudite panel. The Otaru of Igara, His Royal Ola Ekundayo, expressed satisfaction at the outcome of the summit.
I believe if we are united, the entire group are united, we can always find our way out.
It was timely, it was apt, and there cannot be any other time better than now.
Akoko Edo indigenes, including those in diaspora, made useful contributions via Zoom to the summit. A trust fund was later launched by one of the members with the sum of 1 million naira, while others offered to give scholarship and provision of some projects. Wellington Akodeja reporting.
Getrich Global Concept Property Developers, popularly called Getrich Property, has commenced construction work in its mini estate at Oko Roma community off Airport Road, Benin City. Ikwanwosa Ugyagbe visited the estate and has details.
Several bricklayers were at work in one of the buildings at Okoroma community off Airport Road, Benin City. Chief Executive Officer of Getrich Property with solar-powered electricity and games facility, including green area for relaxation.
The regular side is going to just be an ordinary building, complete, but not going to be furnished. The person that is going to buy will furnish by himself, but the VIP will furnish for the VIP, power it with solar 24 hours lights, complete building. The VIP side carry 45 million naira on a complete stage. Then the regular on a complete stage carry 35 million naira. It's located at off Airport Road. It's just 20 minutes drive. Use 6 inches to build a story building, but now this is a done house, which we are using 6 inches to make it solid for the prospective clients that is going to come. So we urge all our clients, wherever they are all over the world, they should take this opportunity to come and have their own house in Edo State.
All right. This Getrich Property, it's a mini estate of 10 plots. And the mini estate, each building is going to be comprised of 4 bedroom and 1 bedroom flat at the back. We've sold 4 of this building already, which is yet to be completed, and 6 is left. So we are calling on prospective buyer to come and buy as soon as possible, because it's fast selling, and this is one of its kind. The building plan, everything, it's modern, it's new, the furniture and everything, it's at the highest level.
One of the clients of Getrich
bought a building for my brother, so it's cheap and through access road, so you guys should come and patronize Getrich Property.
According to Mr. Edafe, other estates powered by Get Rich Property include Top Hill Estate, Airport Road, Graceland Estate, Sapele Road, Edolite Estate, Siloko Road, Overflowing Grace Estate, Okun, Benin Lagos Express Road, and Edo North Estate, Auchi Road. Ikmamosa Ugiagbe reporting.
Mr. Abbas Imaswen, the eldest son of John Odige Imaswen, has given 7-day notice to occupants of various houses in a piece of land measuring 430 feet to 1,000 feet at a Area layout, Benin City, Edo State. This was sequel to a judgment by High Court in Benin and issuance of warrant of execution carried out in 2019. Efosa Wangwe completes the story.
The 7-day notice was said to have been given after the initial taking over by Mr. Abbas Imaswen in a case between him and one Osahari Osakwe and 3 others who are defendants. However, following the disregarding of the first warning by the occupants, the owner of the property had to issue the last warning, which is the 7-day notice. The action necessitated passing of the directive from the High Court on the different buildings and orders ranging from 450 feet by 1,000 feet in the said Area layout, Sapele Road. Counsel to Abbas Imaswen, Iriata G.K. Clement said after the judgment was delivered some years ago, the occupants were given ample time to make amends, yet they were adamant. He said it was as a result of their resistance that the last 7-day ultimatum.
They want to come out, negotiate and settle. Of course, also no problem. Just put the ribbon, seal the place, and then they can come to the office. So we didn't bother to start throwing people's things out. So we came and then once or twice, 2 or 3 of them came and we didn't see them again. And so ever since they have not come, and somehow the owners got angry. It's like, what is wrong with these people? They met and said, well, they best now that they want to go and give them notice that they should vacate. If they don't vacate, they can throw them out.
Some of the landlords said they were taken aback to see the notices had been pasted in their houses.
I don't know what happened. I just see police and many people coming here say, "Now government acquired this area." We did here long ago. I did almost 50 years ago. I did this area. Me with person will never make a dispute of say, "Now I get land or now me get I buy my land, I get my paper."
I just surprised it was delivered by Justice G.J. Sado of the Benin High Court Judicial Division in 1999, while the execution was issued in 2019. Efosa Wangwe reporting.
The price of fish has continued to skyrocket in markets in Benin City despite the recent protests by retail traders and other key stakeholders. In this special report, our correspondent Deborah Weffern takes a look at a problem in Benin City and other parts of the country.
Fish is an important nutrient in human diet. Outside being a cheap source of protein, experts say it may lower risk of heart ailments. Fish, especially the popular ice fish, was a cheap source of protein for the lower class of the society until recently, when the all-important food item began to disappear from dining tables of many homes, no thanks to high-cost regime. Following the problem, retail traders of fingers are the wholesalers who also operate cold rooms. However, cold room owners in Benin City blame the federal government for the high cost of fish. They accused the federal government of issuing import licenses to foreigners who arbitrarily fixed prices of the food items. A week after the claim by the cold rooms operators, the price of fish in Benin has continued to skyrocket. Some retail traders said despite the outcry against the high-cost regime on the fish cartel and other interest groups are yet to do anything.
We they buy the fish 20,000 for scorpion before. Now they can put on for 38. When we do process that day, they can still put on. They can reduce to 36.
Melusa own they buy 6,000 for carton. Now 12,000. Fish when I supposed to buy 2, now only one buy. One fish, 1, 2, 1, 3. Fish of 400, 500 before. We don't tire.
Some customers said the increasing price of fish in the markets has made them to switch.
If we not go bush now, we not go chop.
Edo Central Bureau Chief Ferdinand Osakwe reports that the astronomical hike in the prices of fish in the markets is giving cause for concern as consumers and traders are lamenting the inability of the authorities to regulate the market. Traders in the markets visit 1,000 naira, now sells for 35 and 38,000 naira.
1,200. I beg government make they intervene for this one. No, it's not too much. Common man of buy fish again.
In Delta State, residents of Asaba are also lamenting the high cost of ice fish, just as they called on the state government or the relevant authorities to come to their rescue. Asaba correspondent Austin Azu, who went around some major markets in the state capital, reports that the consumers are calling for price control of food items in the market. At one of the main markets in Asaba, the Ogbogologo market, traders and consumers are lamenting.
For people to buy it, they say it's bonbon fish. But now is what people are buying because of the costly of the fish.
The carton before 14,000, 15, but now 23,000 naira.
They also complained about other food items in the market, which they said have made the cost of living very expensive in Nigeria. From Gwari and Environ, correspondent Benga Amend reports that traders of fish attributed the sharp increase in the price of the food item to recent increase in prices of petroleum products. The local fish traders at Ogbe-Ijo markets in Gwari and others said boat operators always grumble over high cost of diesel and petrol, which they heap on the traders as last boarding bearer in the chain.
Soup wey sweet, everybody dey wan taste am. Na so we all don agree say Uyi Technical na the ogbonge company wey get everybody for mind for light matter, no matter the size of your pocket. I don buy and use Uyi Technical quality generator. Na im make Uyi Technical. Na im be the oga kpatakpata of genuine generator matter. This one na as my pocket reach, the type wey Osage buy for im barbing salon. This one, Oshe, na im we buy for house, wey dey pump borehole and even carry our air conditioner. Na Uyi Technical, go reach quality spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill and sewing machine. Come make light enter your house and business. Come buy generator with peace of mind for Uyi Technical Limited, 79, 81 and 83, Mission Road, Benin City. Uyi Technical, generator for everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Don't worry, dear. I'll take care of it. How do you manage to keep your fabric so white? Wow! And how do you manage to keep your house this clean?
I always use Hypo to make our white clothes whiter and to keep our home clean and germ-free.
Make your white fabrics whiter and your home free of illness causing viruses and germs with the disinfecting power of Hypo Bleach.
Thank you very much for staying tuned. Edo and Delta State Coordinator, Musical Copyright Society of Nigeria, and Vitro Rights Society of Nigeria, Prince Biodun, a lucky liberty on the 12th anniversary of his mother, had in Benin City. Adesuwala reports that the visits were ways to recognize efforts by key stakeholders in the propagation of musical works and copyrights.
It was celebration galore at the residence of the foremost music legend and songwriter Mr. Charles Imolome, also known as Chalimo, on the occasion of his 65th birthday anniversary. Prince Biodun Egwahide was there alongside some music promoters to felicitate with Chalimo and his family, as well as friends and well-wishers. Mr. Charles Imolome, flanked by his wife, having engaged the dance floor, caught his 65th birthday cake. He expressed appreciation to those, especially the Edo and Delta State Coordinator, MCSN and VRSN, for the honor.
I am so glad, I'm so happy.
And march towards the development of music industry in the state and beyond.
He was a member and director of the foremost corporate collective management organization in Nigeria,
Well, his performance was brilliant and excellent.
His wife, children and guests also described him as a man of many parts, worthy of emulation.
Pray that God will give him the strength and all that he needs to be able to continuously take care of us.
I want to wish Daddy a very happy birthday. Our dad has been so impactful in our lives.
As old as he is still very young. Nothing has changed.
Prince Egwahide also graced the 12th anniversary celebration of late Mrs. Omorome Agbeli, mother of the popular musician Felis Liberty and the President, Nigerian Union of Musicians, Lucky Liberty. Lucky Liberty appreciated the presence of Prince Egwahide for identifying with him on the remembrance of his mom, who described as a woman who they miss dearly.
She's 12, she died 12 years ago. Now we begin to see, people begin to step up to help the music and the musicians.
Some guests at the event, including MD Supreme Dis Francis Ola, Akini Feshi, and others, appreciated Lucky Liberty and his family for remembering the good legacies of their mother.
When my mother died, she told me it was too late before they told her my mother would not have died. That is how close we are.
This is the fourth or the fifth time he's doing his mother's so he's a very nice person.
Adesuwa Lato reporting.
That's the news. Thanks a lot for it. I'm Shara.
I'm Philip Omo-Ogupo. Good night.
Good night.
Independent television news, truly independent.
Remembrance, Pa Felix Igbinovia Osawe. It's exactly 9 years today that our amiable father bid farewell to this sinful world to answer the heavenly call. We, your family.